and welcome back to the sewing room. I've been making some wine this summer. I've been spending a lot of time on my allotment, and there's a lot of produce, a lot of gooseberries, raspberries, blackberries, rhubarb, and I've made some wine. This is gooseberry. And I had an idea that this autumn make gifts of the wine, and also rather than use a paper wine carrier, I'll make some of these fabric ones instead. And so you could use these for any occasion, doesn't have to be for Christmas. But I quite like the idea of giving an entirely homemade gift. So normally I would probably get a bottle of Prosecco or sparkling wine or something like that, and a paper wine carrier from a supermarket, and that would be my last minute gift. Whereas if I've got some of these, I've got a present ready, and that's what I'm going to be doing this Christmas. So obviously in other countries it might be a different celebration, but in the UK, for us it's going to be Christmas, and there's going to be things to go to, and that's what I'm going to be taking with me. So if you think that might be similar to something you'd like to do, then please follow my video. It's very easy. I'll show you how to do this. You can use scrap fabric in order to make these bottle holders. So now you've got two pieces of outer fabric, two pieces of lining fabric. So that now you just need some kind of fusible fleece or bit of leftover wadding or something like that to make the bottle holder a little bit thicker, and also so that it will stand up on its own. I'm using my lesser line H640, which is a fusible fleece, sort of medium weight. Now what you can do when you've done that is just trim down this line, this fusible fleece, by 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, just to make it a little bit easier to do your seams. The iron and press it onto the wrong side of the outer fabric. So the next step is to get the two outer pieces and join the top seam there together, the 1/2 inch seam allowance. Do exactly the same thing with the two lining pieces. Right sides together. Line up the outer and the inner like this, so that the curves match. seams match. Open out your seams like that. Sew those like that. And now what we're going to do is sew round here, round the curves of each side. So all the way around there, and the same on the other side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So the next step is to snip round the curve so that when we turn this the right way around, we don't get puckering of the seam. So just cut up to the stitch line there, little nicks. So all you need to do now is turn the bag the right way around. This can be a bit fiddly. I've used quilting weight cotton and a fusible fleece. You could use the thicker fabric and not add any fleece. You could also quilt the fabric before you start your project and use the project to use up pieces of zing, etc. So now it's turned around the right way, just going to match up the outer here like this. Put a pin in. And the inner lining, put a pin in there. And now I'm going to sew, pin the sides in place, pin those sides in place, pin that side in place, and then down this side just leave a gap. So I'm going to match up that seam there. But leave a gap here. So I'm going to sew down here, leave this corner out, down there, leave that corner out, up here, leave a gap about hand width, up here, leave this corner out, along here, leave this corner out, and back up here. So now the thing to do is to box our corners, and these are the gaps that we left at the bottom of the lining and the outer. So just get these and line up the seams there like this and put a pin in. On the other side, line up the seams, turn one seam one way, one seam the other way to reduce the bulk, and put a pin in, and then do the same with the lining. Now we're just going to sew across here on the other corner, and the same with the corners on the outer as well. So now, before we sew up the gap in the lining, we just pull the bag around the right way. So the lining is going to be going inside here like this. So we've got our box corner there. And there's our bag with our handle. Now, the thing to do now is to press this all the way around, and then top stitch all the way around here, and then pull out the lining and sew up the gap in the lining. Once you've turned your completed bag around the right way, you can press the bag at this stage. I haven't shown me doing that, but you can press it to make sure that the lining isn't showing. And then you can top stitch all the way around for a nice neat finish. What I didn't mention before is that this bag can be reversible. The next final step after this is to close up the opening in the in the lining. But if you do this very neatly with a cotton that doesn't show, with a thread that doesn't show, your bag can actually be reversible. So whereas I've just got a normal lining here, I could have a contrast to make it reversible. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I also hope that you'll find somebody special to make one of these bottle bag gifts for. Please would you consider hitting the like button, that's the thumbs up, and also consider subscribing in order to help my channel. I'll be back soon with more sewing.